Okay guys, so we will continue from our object class from yesterday, and you know just solving the problem again, right? Okay, my mic is fine, I believe. So let's continue. The second one is a key pair, right? Key pair. We did the first one, email parser yesterday. Yeah, the key pair JS. So I will copy this and just copy it from here. So if you read this question, simply write a function key pair, right? That is the function. Okay, I'll just copy that also quickly just to save some time. Yeah, and then bracket, right? Normally that's what we do. So in the key pair, what happened? You have object 1, object 2, and key, right? That is the data you passed, okay, as a parameter. So when you call the function, right, key pair here, see that you have cat1. I mean, basically this object is stored in variable cat1. There is an object stored in cat2. You passing cat1, cat2 means what? You sending this object 1, object 2, and the breed, right? Breed. Yeah. So the question here, right? What is saying now? The function should return an array containing the value of the given key, right? So this key is what? The key is one of the key here, right? The value here. See, this is a string, okay? That's the key. So just imagine this key is part of our object, okay? So where is that? Okay, here, right? This breed, see that? This breed is the key, and this is in the object, right? Object 1, object 2. So it says return an array containing the value of the given key in the object 1 and object 2. So you just have to return. Let's say you the first key pair function call is what? Has the key breed. So from object 1 you return this value, and from object 2 return this value as a array. Same thing with the second one, right? cat1, cat2, but this time the key is the name, right? Name here. So that means you have to return this Jinky and Garfield as a array value. So array with 2 string now, right? So yeah, so this will be, I think, easy. Okay, let me think. We have object. Yeah, this is a key, right? So simply, if you have key, you can get the value, right? How you can get that? So let's call it let v1, right? Value 1 from object 1, right? How you can get that? Object 1. Remember, key is right now in form of variable, okay? So either you can put, this breed, right? Remember how you can get the value? So this breed is inside the object 1. That's the object 1. But right now you are passing the breed as a value or argument, and we receiving as a parameter, the variable. So when you have variable, just call the variable here. Simple. Now you do the again v2, right? Value 2 or object 2, correct? That's it. So you got the value now. You got this one and this one for the first one. So that is v1 and v2. You just return now, right? Return the array, because you have to return the value as an array, and you pass the v1 here, comma v2, and problem solved, right? Simple and sweet and simple, I think. Yeah. So it did not print, right? There is something wrong. So where is that?
Object 3 instead of object 2.
Oh, yeah. See? So we got the answer now. So you're getting this array with the value. So you have this first one, second one, and the third one here, right? So you're passing the team, and this is the Boolean value true and false, and that's what we return. Okay, let's look at the next one. Element quantities, right? Element quantities. Copy this. So function element quantities accept okay, so accept an object as an argument. The object contains element as a key and the quantity as a value. So value key is a element as a key, right? Element as a key, see that, and quantities as a value. The functions will return an array containing the element, the key, right? Element, see that, element key. So we have to return this key now appearing with the correct quantity, see. So this is the element, basically right now the element of the array, right? What we return. But how many times you're gonna return this? The quantity time, right? This value time. So let's write function. And we have done something like this right before in maybe loop, believe, but this is with the object now. So the concept is almost same. You just have to get the quantity, this key somehow, and this one, right? So here is the object, correct? That's what we receive. Quantity is 1. You are passing inside the function call. When you're calling this function, you pass that object, right? Okay. Now my question, right? I need to get the key first. Okay, so let's loop, right? Also, I need this array, right, to return. So what should I do? Let's create the array or result. Yeah, array equal to empty, right? That is our result, okay? And I'm gonna loop through the object now. So how I do that? For let key, right, in obj. So this will give me the key now. This key. First time I get cat, second time I will get bird, third time I will get dog. So that's what's gonna happen. So let quantity, right, or number equal to object square. If I pass the key now, right, just imagine, right, the key right now in cat, the first time, the first position right now, you are having key as a cat. So you call the object square bracket variable cat, okay, the key, right? Then this will give what? The value 3. So now the number is 3. Just imagine you have 3. Imagine that, okay? Now I'm going to write a loop, right? For loop, let I equal to 0. I is less than equal to, because I have to run 3 times, okay? Oh, I'm starting from 0, right? So 0 means I don't have to put equal. If I start from 1, then I have to put equal here 3 times, okay? But 3 is stored in num, right? So I'll just put num so that it will work for all the all the key, right? It becomes dynamic. If I put 3 here, then it will be always 3. But if I put num, then when the bird, number will be 1. For dog, number will be 2. So now I plus plus. Clear? The next step is, what? We got the loop ready now. The next step is just this dog cat, right? Cat. Because this loop is right now going to run 3 times. Okay. But every time I want to save the key inside the array. So array dot push key. Right now key is what? Cat. I'm sending the cat now 3 times to the array. So next time when you have bird, it will be sent 1 time. When you have dog, it will be sent 2 times to the array. Finally, right after the loop is done, we go out here and return array, because that is what it is asking us to do, right? So let's check. So we got cat, bird, dog, blue, brown. So here the blue color is 3 times and the brown is 1 time. See? Okay, so now let's get the next one. max object value, right? Okay, so copy this. So we're gonna, what is saying, right? Max object value. So this function accepts the object as an argument. Now we have to return, right? The function should return an array containing the key, right, and value pair for the largest value. So look at here, this D and 7, D has the largest value 7, right? The D key D has 7, and you have to return these two as a array. Yeah, and in this case, this rambutan, right? This is some kind of fruit, I believe, just put like this, right? See, because 13 is the largest one, the value. So how are we going to solve this now? So let's write a function, right? Function, start with function max object value, and it receives object as a argument. This is the variable called parameter. So we need to return the array, right? Okay, but see now how we know, right, which one is largest. That's the thing, how we know which one is the largest one. How are we going to figure out? So first, right, why not we loop through this object, right, and make the array like this and save somewhere. Okay, let's do that one. Let's try that. So that is one way, right? That is one way, but that will be also, then you have to sort out and find all that, right? The simple way will be, okay, let's create this. Let key, right, key equal to empty string, and let value, right, value equal to 0 right now, 0. Okay, imagine that is what we have, right? Because we need to get the key and value, right? So what I will do, I'm going to loop through this now, this object. Okay, let's do that. For let key, right, in obj object. Okay, this object let key in obj, and now I have access to the key. Okay, this key, let's say I have access to a, right? A, I need to get this value. I got the key a, I just need to get a v, right, value. So let v equal to object square bracket key, right, key, k only, because right now my variable is k right here. So that k is what? This k is a. So if I pass object a, I'm going to get 5, right? So 5 is added here now. Okay, so look at here, what I'm going to do next, right? I will compare if, right, if this value, this 5 is greater than the value on the top here. I will just compare, right? So if this v is greater than value, right now is true, right? Because I have 5 right now here. I have 5. It's 5. So that is true. So what I will do, I will just change value equal to v. See that? I just update with this 5 now. I added 5 to this value here. Okay, and also I'm going to add the key now, right? Key equal to k, because I need key as well. Okay, so I'm saving the value and saving the key both. So this process will repeat now, right, for every, so next time will be 2. So 2 is the v will be 2 right here. You're going to get 2, but 2 is not is less, I mean not greater than value, so it will not change. Okay, now you have 6. Yeah, 6 is greater than 5, so it will change now. The value will be 6 and k will be, basically key will be c. Next time we have 7, right? So the value will be 7. When you say 7 is greater than 6, yes. and now change value with 7, and the key will be E. This E has a value 4, that is less, right? So nothing gonna happen. Now we got the largest value and then its key right here. So what we're gonna do, return the array, and this is the key comma value, and I think this is the best solution. That, I mean, I can say best, but this is the easy one, right, to solve it. Just have to think how you construct all these things. So it worked, right? So you have D7, and see, answer here. I mean, the other way was like adding all this inside the array, sub array, then again sorting them, and finding the largest one. That's a long process, but this is the easy one, right? So if you have an object, right, you have an object, you're gonna find the key with the highest value, right, easily with this, and you're gonna get that array out, right? Okay, maybe we're gonna use, maybe this function will be useful somewhere. Okay, so yes, we're done, right, for this. Okay, let's move to the object B. We'll do a couple of from here as well. So now character count, right? Character count. So write a function character count. Just write a function character count, and accepts the function accepts string as an argument. So we call it string here. Parameter, right? This is a parameter. The function should return what? An object containing the count of characters in a string. So let's say this evening, right? Evening. So how many times there is E and other character number, right? N is, so E is twice, N is twice, V is 1, I is 1, G is 1, all that, right? So that's what you have to do, right? Our output is what? This object. So let result or output, right? This object, okay? Now that's the empty object. What should we do now? Now I need to go through each of this character. So that is a loop, right? 0. If I is less than string length I plus plus. So now here what I can get the first character E. So stored in a variable. So let character equal to string I. String I, right, will give me the first character from here. Okay. Now I got the E. Just imagine I have the E now, right? Now I need to check if that E is the key inside my output object. If it is there, right? So how am I gonna check now? That is the question. This will be the first time I think you guys are gonna this is the we're just gonna use some function, right? Built-in function. Okay, so I will just call output object dot has own property, and you pass this character, right? This character, that is E. So now, right, I want to show you what happened with this one. Okay, what it will return. So output is what? This is the object, right? And we apply this function. Okay, so let's go back and check in the browser. So just watch here, right? Okay, what I will do, inspect, go to console, So just imagine I have an object here. Okay, just imagine, right? And I have a something called E colon 1. Just imagine I have like that, right? And I'm saying dot has own property, and I'm passing the E now, right? E. So what I will get now? Just guess, right? Oh, it did not give me anything. Uh, Object dot has own property, right? And you pass the uncut syntax, uncut token. What is that dot? Object. Uh, why is that? Something syntax error, uncut token dot, right? But it should give us true or false. Okay, it should give us true or false, right? I don't know why it's not working. Syntax error. But just imagine, right? If there is nothing, what gonna happen? Let's say if there is nothing, right? Dot has, okay, same thing, has own property, right? And you pass something here. So we pass, maybe let's pass it E again, and enter, right? But still we did not get anything. Okay, I mean, it should give us like boolean. This will return the boolean, okay, like true or false. If this E is there already inside the object, it will give you true. If not, it will give you false. So I have no idea why it's not working in the browser, but let's check here, right? So this is returning true or false, right? And we're gonna check this now. Let's check, right? Just console log here, okay? Console.log. Now we'll put this here, and yeah, so this character. Okay, so now every time, right? If that character will be, I mean, you're gonna get false. Right now there is nothing, right? So it should return false for all that. So see, we get 7 times false, 11 times false, 5 times false. See that? Because here is a 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is a 11 character, and here is a 5. So that's what you get false. But see, we're getting the boolean value, okay? So what we're gonna do now, right? We say if if block, right? If let's imagine if that is false, then what we're gonna do? Tell me now. If that is false, right now that character is not inside the output, so that is false. So that means we have to add it there, right? So output square bracket, what the character, right? This is a variable, equal to 1. That means what, it's not there, okay? But when you get false, okay, if not there, right? If not there, that is returning false. So let's make this one true. Not false will be true now, right? Then you're gonna add it, because you make sure this is a true condition to add something inside here. Else. Now let's say, now the next time when it will find the E, right, and it's already there, then that will be true. It will make it not true, that is false. Then we go back here, that means something is there already, okay? So in that case, we're gonna do the same thing, but increase the count. So plus equal, right, to 1. Now finally, right, you return that output. So return, okay? It should work now. It should work, right? I believe. Let's see. Yeah, let's run this code and see. Yeah, so look at here now, right? So E2, V1, N2, all that. It's just work, okay? So the only thing is here, this logic, right? We check if the character, the first character is what? E, right? E. We check if that character is inside the object here, and this will return, first time it will return false. That means it's not there, right? But what I did, I make not false, that is true now, right? I make true, means it's not there, that is true now. And so I will, when it become true, we go inside the block, if block, and we add that E as a key here, and the value will be 1. But next time when it find E, right, and it will check inside the output, it will return true. This is true means what? That character is inside the output already. So we say not true means, that is not true, right? We just make it not true, so that this is false. So we jump to else part, and we just select that character, a key from the object, and add increase by 1, right? Let's just increase the value. Now we're not adding the new output, because if you do like this, it is adding, right? But here plus equal to 1 means you getting that character key, and you adding the, just increasing the value by 1. That's it. So that's how it works. Okay, let's look at the next. Letter mapping, right? Letter mapping. Okay, so what we can do now? Okay, let's copy this file. Write a function letter mapping. So you just write a function letter map, right? And inside here, what's gonna happen? So the function accept string as our object, right? String and an object. Okay, so we have the string str comma obj object as an argument. We have 2 argument, see that this is the argument string and this is the object. So I create 2 variable, string to take this value and object to take this value. Okay, now I have to return the string, right? The new string. So it's saying the return a version of string where a character that appears as a key in this object is replaced with their corresponding value. Yeah. So what it's saying, right, basically just return this string. Okay, but this character, right, if one of this character is, let's say y is a key here, then in the string you must put this I value. So see si, right? O also is the key here, so you put a. Now in place of O you put a. So that's how you're gonna make this string. Okay, so now we have to read through this string, get each character and check inside this object key, and if that is true, then only we're going to replace with its value. So I need a placeholder, so let new string equal to empty for now. I know that I'm going to need that. Okay, I need to, later I'm going to save, add each of them, right, later on. So next is let's call it key array, right? So let's say if this is the object, okay, let's take this and see if this works, right? I will just bring that one in the console, and I want to show you something exactly now how it's gonna be. Let's say this is an object, right? An object, okay, but no. What I have to do, right? There is a constructor object, okay, the big object O, right? You call this object, and we're gonna learn about constructor in the oops, okay? Maybe after 2 weeks time, right? Hopefully by that time we will be okay with all these things, and we're going to learn about a little bit of object oriented programming also. So but in that case, you're going to learn about this capital O, capital S, capital string, capital array, all that. But object is the built-in function, like a parent object inside the JavaScript, right? So this will give us some property, right? And that is called key property, keys, right? Keys. Okay, so that's the keys is a function now, right? Inside the parent object, and the function need a object. Okay, so you pass this object now, and when you pass that object, what we get now? See that? So you're getting the element of the key now, right? YOC. See that? You get that array. That is what I'm going to do now, right? Let's do this. So key array equal to, so that was the capital object, right? I just call the object constructor dot keys, and I'm gonna pass this obj, this object, right? I'm gonna pass this object, that is this. So now I have that key for YOC, right? So I'm just gonna use this one to verify my string, okay, later on. So I don't have to loop through this and get all key. Even I can loop, right? But this is better, okay? This is more like a efficient, right? So okay, so now I need to write a for loop, because I need to go through each character of the string now. So let I equal to 0, I is less than what? String, right? The string dot length I plus plus, okay? So now what I have access to? I have access to this character now. So let's call let character equal to string I. See, when I pass this index 0, right, to this string, so 0 will give me S. Now S, the first character, okay, that is S, the first character. So the character equal to S string. Now, right, I will check if, okay, so what I need to do, okay, so I need to now, right, check if that S is inside this key, right, key, basically. Okay, so if this key array, right, key array dot includes character, correct? So that will give me true or false, right? If this character is inside this key array, means includes will give me true or false. So if this is true, means what? That means that key is inside that object. Clear? Okay, now what should I do? If the true condition, then I'm gonna call the new array, new string plus equal to this object character. The, right now what, this character is like a key. That's why this character is in this array, because I'm getting true here. That's why I'm inside this block right now doing this. If this is false, means character is not in the key array. That means I'm gonna do else. When this is false, that means this character is not in the key array. So I'll just add the, simply add the character. So I'll just add the character, right? No more object or anything, just character. And finally, right, I'm done. Okay, so just return the character now, right? Oh, sorry, new string. I'm just gonna return this new string. I'm done here now. Okay, so let's run this code and see, now it changed. Look at here, right? SIMBALIK. So Y is changed to I value, O changed to A, and same here, right? O changed to X, so CXLX, S changed to PP, all that, right? So it's working, okay? All right, so what is the next now? Most common letter. That means we have to add again all that and find who got the highest value, right? so that character you have to return. So this is similar to the one we had here, right? So we have to do this basically, and then just return the highest one, right? So in this case was what, you can return, E maybe. So here is given condition. You can assume that there is no ties, right? Just it's telling that there is no ties. So like in this case, E is 2 and N is 2. So there is tie. So that means it should tell us, right? Return the later one, right? But here is clear there is no tie. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's do that. We'll just copy from there. Okay. So let's write this most common function, most common letter, right? And it accepts string. Okay, so we'll just character count. I'll just copy everything from here. Okay, so we have to do this, right? We have to do that. The next, what we have to do now, that is the first one. Okay, most common, right? But from which one is the largest one? How are you gonna find now? So that is everything working, right? We're not returning right now. Okay, if you return this, right, what gonna happen? Let's look at here. If I run this quite, see that we get BUI, right? So I has a 2 value, so 2 is the highest, so you need to return I, right? And here S is 2 and the other one E is 3, right? See, but this is one function, okay? But the next one is how you find, that's the object, right? How you gonna find the, which one is largest one? How you gonna find now? Okay, so remember there is one more function, right? Not map, not this one, in here I believe, element quantities, right? No, max object, see that? That's the one. So we're gonna copy the whole function and you guys can figure out, okay, and let me know, right, if any question. So now we're gonna create next function here, helper function. See, so you're passing the object and you getting the, you just need key, right? Key will be our answer. Okay, so you just need to return here key. Okay, key, that's it. But how this will work now, right? This function must be called here. So let answer, right, equal to, call the max, or even you don't have to do this, you just call this function, right? Just call this function here, return that function. This function is execute now, okay? And you just have to pass the object. So what is our object? Output, right? Output. That's it. And it should give the answer now. This run, see? So that's why these things are, interesting when you start understanding, right? See, you get ISE. See that answer is ISE, right? So this is our helper function now. This is our helper function. So this function need object. So we have the object here, right? We saw that earlier, correct? How it returns the key value. Once you pass that object here, and that max object value will return what? It will return we have the key as the final, the highest one, right? The highest number value, that is a key. So we just return that key. So when you call this function, basically when you execute this function here and you're passing the object, that key will be returned. Now this function will give the key. Okay, that is I, and next time will be S and E, right? So here you're gonna get I, here you're gonna S and E. See, it worked. So that may be confusing, but if you keep solving, right, the other two, when you solve that one, this part will be easy. Okay, just remember that. Just use the, you know. Okay, so that is done. Word replace now, right? Word replace. Okay, let's do this too, and then we're gonna stop. Word replace. Word replace. So what is that? So I put in the wrong place, right? Move it here. Copy this. So even here also, right? Console log, you call the function, you passing this string of sentence and the object. Okay, object. Now what is saying, right? If this word is inside this object, then replace this word with the value of that key. Because if this word is as a key inside this object, let's say neighbor is here, right? So now you change that neighbor with always. I always take naps during the weekend, because day is here, you put weekend. So that is the answer here, right? See that? It's similar to the last one, but let's write this code. Okay, not last one, but before that, right? I think we did something with that replacement with the character. So let's write function word replace, and you pass the string, right? String as a sentence and the object also, obj. Correct? Now, remember last time was there single string. Remember, there was just a single string, but this time we have a word. So what I said before, but I need to, right? I need to store all this also. So I'm gonna need some storage, like when you are storing multiple word, think about array. Okay, let's call it output, right? Or result equal to empty array. We're gonna need that. Then we're gonna split, right? Array. Let's call it str array, right? String array equal to string dot split. So you guys know what I'm doing, right? I just convert this string into array. So now I have index 0 I, index 1 will be never, index 2 will be take, and all that. I'm getting the array here now. Next, now what I will do, right? I'm gonna also, I can do what I can do, right? Basically I can just get the key from here, right? Let's do that one. So let obj key, right? Or key, let's call it key array, right? Equal to capital object dot keys, and you pass the object. So we know that one, right? You're gonna have array like this, and it will gonna have a neighbor, comma, you're gonna have a key neighbor, comma, weekend, right? Weekend. That's what you're gonna get from this object, right? That the two oh, sorry, that is the neighbor and the day, right? This is a day. Okay, that's what you get from this object. The next one may be different, right? You're gonna get this close, and the other one I and cat. Okay, but for now, let's imagine this neighbor and day is here inside this key array. Okay, and here is the big, like I, all this, right? All this one inside this array. Okay, like that, right? Never, comma, take. So just you guys imagine, right? Just all these words are now as a array now. Okay, just imagine that. Delete this. Okay, so we're done with that part now, right? So the next one is I'm gonna loop through this string array and check each word if inside this key, right? In the key array. Okay, so for let I equal to 0, I is less than string array dot length I plus plus. And okay, so now I will take let word, right, equal to string array square bracket I. So from this, right, sorry, where is that? Here, this I'm getting this I right now. For index 0, I'm getting I, right? Here is like a word equal to I. Okay, that's what I get. Now I will check, right, if this key array, right, dot includes this word. Okay, if this word is inside this array, and if that is true, let's say that is true, right? Just imagine that is true. Then what I'm going to do, output dot push, but I will push the value, right? Value. So the value will be from object and the word, right? Yeah, this word is the right now, this word is the key right now. When this condition is true, that means the word is the key inside this object. So push object and the key is word. Else, let's say this word is not inside the key array, right? Then that means else I'm just gonna put push output dot push, and that should be just a word, because that word is not inside the object. Now finally, right, I go here, and what I will do now, I'm just gonna call the output return, right? Return output, but output is right now array. Okay, so let's run this and check now, right? And I need to make that string later. Okay, so see, it is I always take nap during the weekend. See that it changed already. See, I never take nap during the day. So I always, never will be replaced with always, take nap, day will be replaced with weekend. So this is a array now, right? How you convert array to string? So dot join, remember that, right, guys? That's it. And add the space between each of them. And now run again. And look at that. Done. Okay, so that was the part. There is more left. Okay, get average is right. Yeah, okay, let's keep it up to here, right? I think, and we start from here tomorrow. Okay, or you guys can try this by yourself. This will be easy. You just have the sum, maybe variable. You loop through the array, get each object, and then from that object you get the age and add to the sum, right? So that loop will give you each object now. Okay, and you add the age to the sum, and finally you return the output, right, with this array, a sum divided by array dot length, whatever the number of element, right? That will be the average. So we'll continue tomorrow here. Okay, so I think there is not much left now, right? If you go to see 1 2 3 4, and that is 5. Okay, that's 30 minutes will be done. So tomorrow we will finish that, and then we're gonna experiment in our console, right? I will prepare one good example, and we will see how code work inside the browser, right? How in the console, basically in the execution context and all that. Okay, we'll check. So thank you very much. I will stop the recording now, and you guys have any question, you can ask me.